My spleen! Look, if no one in the game is gonna say it, I guess I have to.
How bleak. It wasn't that long ago, but it somehow feels nostalgic. It feels like it was years ago.
Give it up for Travis! Humans aren't all bullshit after all.
He's no representative of humanity. He's just a street punk.
Why do you hate him so much?
I hate punks! They're violent, evil psychos. Kinda like you, Fu.
This is my fight. But it's Travis's fight as well. As fighters, we understand each other. Somewhat. But you don't fight.
That's right. I have nothing to do with this. I was simply dragged into it all.
You really believe that? Think about it! Why would Travis come here? Was it a coincidence?
Because he's an assassin.
No. You brought Travis here. You wanted me to do it. To kill Travis.
I never asked you to do that!
We're connected here. So I wanted to fulfill your wish for you.
What? For me?
The final battle. Watch it up close. Watch as Travis dies.
Fu.
Fu is saying that he and Damon still have that connection from when they were kids. And is the whole reason Fu's here to begin with is just because of Damon's hatred for Travis? It's time for ranking 1. Friends.
Master, I'm sorry for the trouble.
It's cool. Let's watch some movies. Today we're doing a Miike and Hideaki viewing party. So, how are your arms doing?
Slowly but surely, I'm getting used to the sensation. I can't hold my sword just yet, though.
No need to rush.
I want to hurry up and help you out.
What do you like, Shinobu?
What do I like? I like my master.
Huh. So you're a real straight shooter, I see. That's not what he means. What kind of movies do you like?
G-style stuff.
G-style? Gundam type? Terraformers! Are you a Terraformers fan? Which is it? Did you start off with the original? Or did you see the movie first and then the original?
Terra? I don't know what that means. By G-style, I meant something like Barbados swordplay.
Ah, that G-style, huh? Are you trying to get some practice in?
Yes. The broadsword action is especially helpful.
You're a real studious one, huh?
My way is the way of the sword.
Wow, what a line. For times like this, Ike and swords means... Blade of the Immortal.
Huh? Immortal? I love the original. I'd like to watch that one. Please show me the film.
Alright, Shinobu's up and around. Oh, we got Deathman. Deathman card 21. Deathman legendary card. Deathman is dead on that card, though. We can play Deathman in our room now. Now, Shinobu has her robot arms, but she says that she can't hold her sword yet.
Come on, what's the matter?
She already did have a robot hand, but I mean, I guess more of the arms are now robot.
Come on, Bring it. Yeah! What's up, huh? Come on. What's meow? What's yeah? Ha!
Almost in the ring, but didn't land in there.
Bring it.
Nope, not quite.
You suck.
I know, I know.
Yeah! Come on. What's the matter? What's up? Meow! Come on. Ha!
Did not break my record. Once again, Gene has lost interest.
Come on. Bring it.
Which one?
I don't think we've worn palm trees. Not sure if we have, but the colors are nice. It did say we could play Deathman. Yep, there it is, Deathman. I mean, Travis was only looking at YouTube videos of Deathman at the beginning of the game. He was not actually playing it himself. It is cool when, you know, you remember, you have like vague memories of an old game that you played as a young child, but you never finished it. It was too hard, of course, because games were made to be too hard to finish at that time. But then you get it on modern hardware, maybe with save states, and you can finally get to the end of that old game that you never saw the ending of. And it's not like it's going to be a good ending or anything because of how old the game is. But at least you did it. In? Can we just keep going that way? It looks like we can, but we can also go in. Oh no, I got headbutted by the giant head monsters. Are these robots that are just stuck in the ground or something? Also, when you play the straight arcade conversion on the home system, it's never as exciting as when you're playing it in the arcade. Because, of course, those games were made specifically for the arcade environment and not a home console environment. That's why a lot of NES arcade ports were changed around to make them just, you know, work a bit better on a home console. then sometimes an arcade game that wasn't all that good gets turned into a home classic. Like, say, for example, Ninja Gaiden, the arcade game. It's not very good. But I do think the NES game is a classic. It's the same thing with Rygar. Arcade Rygar, pretty different game, and it's not really good, but I really liked the NES Rygar. Wow. Time for death. Boss 1 defeated. Zone clear. Oh, look at Deathman throwing those punches. All right, we just walked by it. Deathman is not distracted by cute animals. He can't be. He's Deathman, and he has a job to do. Gotta stay focused. He was not focused right there. Oh, but we can continue. One thing about a straight arcade conversion to a home console is they had to, question how to handle continues. Because in the arcade games, of course, you would have infinite continues as long as you had the money. But that doesn't really work on the home console. Because if you just have infinite continues, well, the person who bought the game, they're going to finish the game in, like, a very short amount of time. Like an hour, maybe. So, what do? I guess you just give them limited continues. Make sure the game is really hard. To make sure that the player is unable to beat the game anytime soon. And because it's hard, it takes you a long time to beat it, that means the game has value. Because it took you so long. Look how many there are. Walking by them, I don't think, has done me any favors, considering how many there are now. Maybe I should try jump kicking them. Got a Deathman diamond. I assume that was just points, though. Why are there mushrooms growing in here? That doesn't seem right at all. Oh, they can hit me out of the air. As far as hard games go, another strategy would have been the Konami strategy, which is to say, you can give them different difficulty levels, but hey, do you want to see like the real ending or the real last boss? You're gonna have to play it on hard. Otherwise, no real last boss for you. So it allowed you to play the game on an easier difficulty, but The replay value came from having to beat the game on hard if you wanted to see everything. Keep getting hit by those guys. But you've seen that. You've been seeing that. Deathman. Of course, these days, when you have arcade conversions of old arcade games like this, there's really no concern about maintaining the difficulty. As, oh, are we standing on, like, skin or something? It's peeled back? Not sure what that is. Because if you buy, you know, re-released old arcade games like this these days, frequently even have, save states added. Is this invincibility? Sure is. Oh, new enemies carrying swords. They don't... The sword waving animation is making me laugh. Death time. How fearsome. Oh, there's two of them. That is fearsome. Deathman triumphs. Deathman cares not about this man in the trench coat and a frog's head, maybe? Like a little frog head? It's possibly what that was? I do like the sound of, like, TV noise during that title screen. The title card. Oh, I went for the box. I got struck by the laser. They trapped me. Textbook trap. Deathman fell for it. Oh, those guys charge too. That's like the most dangerous thing any of these enemies can do. Like, if an enemy doesn't do that, it's fine. Gotta get the death sword. Oh no, Deathman was taken down even though he had the death sword. Travis did not say what his opinion of Deathman was after he got to play it as an adult. He just had memories of it as a child. What did he think about it when he played it in the modern day? Did he think it held up? Was it as good as it was in his memories? We need to know. I mean, we've gotten plenty of Travis's opinions on anime, wrestling, and Miike. We haven't really gotten his opinions on Deathman. And I feel like we're missing out on some vital Travis information here. Look at those guys on those arches. Just little green slime heads. They're just hanging out. They're not hurting no one. Oh, I actually got hit by one of the sword guys. That had not been happening up to now. Deathman. Headbutted. Lasered. Lasers are kind of hard to maneuver around. I see why Travis was not able to get to the end of Deathman in the arcades. He never had enough money. He would go there with a pocket full of quarters and was just never able to beat it. And of course, arcade games during that day were designed in that way. Whether or not, from the perspective of the game designer, whether or not a game was good was dependent on how much money it could draw from the kids. It's always kind of weird when you find out that the arcade games that you enjoyed as a child were designed entirely to figure out how to extract money from you. I mean, of course, entertainment is made to make money, but you kind of like to think that there was, you know, maybe a bit more of an artistic motivation behind the games that you like. And not just, no, every decision that was made in this game was to figure out how to get the most quarters out of your pocket. You couldn't just make a game hard, because then people would think the game is cheap, and they wouldn't want to play it. You had to ride that line between the game being hard, but also being fair. To make, or if not fair, to make the players think that, you know, they were on the verge of winning, and they're just gonna, you know, put the quarter in so they can continue. Because they were almost there. Give me that H. That spells death. Oh, it's this guy. Didn't go up because of the laser. I got rammed. Zone clear. Hello, yes. Deathman does not care. Stage 4. I wonder if Deathman got one of those Worlds of Power novels. You remember those books? novelizations of games like Ninja Gaiden, Blaster Master, Metal Gear. And then, of course, the Blaster Master... The Metal Gear one was hilarious, since that game actually did get a whole lot of story later on. So it is a fun time to go back and read that one. And the author's interpretation of the events of Metal Gear. But what kind of lore would the author come up for Deathman? I bet he would have to he'd have to have some kind of backstory explaining why Deathman wears his iconic helmet. And why he must never remove it. Thank you. Thank you for the E. Yeah, I think that if this actually was an arcade game, the deaths from one hit would be... I would say that's ill-advised, because the player would be dying too much. And probably would not be all that inspired to continue playing Deathman. Continue pumping the money in, considering how easily you die. So, the game designers would, of course, want the player to die a lot, but would not want the player to get quite that frustrated. If you're considering that every time we get to like a game over screen here, a continue screen, then that would mean you're putting a quarter in. Can you imagine trying to 1cc Deathman? You know, arcade games were not really mainly known for their story. Can you think of any arcade games in which the story had some kind of big twist? A big story-related twist? Like one early one I could think of was when you got to the end of Double Dragon, and if there were two people playing, then the two players would have to fight each other. Because Marion can only have one boyfriend. That's how it works. Look, both Lee brothers can't live at the end. Only one can live, because that's what's going to be the boyfriend now. I guess some fighting games had some twist endings. Like in Mortal Kombat 2, finding out, what? Sub-Zero wasn't the original Sub-Zero? Was his brother? So you could do something like that with like fighting game endings, because they actually had some story. But I do think twists involving gameplay of some kind were interesting, like the Double Dragon one. I think it said at the beginning of the game who Deathman was fighting against. Who the big villain of the Deathman world is. I don't remember what it was now. I'm sure there's a big story behind it. Would also be nice if maybe Deathman's hurt box when he punches could be a little wider. Maybe just like a pixel or two wider. Would be appreciated. But anyway, it's death time. Says it right there. Oh, we've already faced Monster Truck Guy, though. I guess they're repeating bosses. Oh, it looks like that we start off where the fight left off. That sword was still floating around. Would be nice if the bosses would also have that damage done, but I don't know if that's the case. Oh, new pattern coming up from below. So many enemies. The entire difficulty of the game is based on how many running enemies are there on the screen. Okay, good. He was retaining the damage from the previous. Oh. The fight's still going. We're fighting the truck. And the truck, being a charging enemy, is the most powerful enemy of all. Okay, we didn't fight the truck. We just had to dodge that final hit from the truck. Deathman lies upon his pile of garbage, looking up at the cloudy sky. But a ray of light, a ray of hope shines down, and the end... Oh, and we repeat. Is that why Travis never remembered how Deathman ended? Because there actually wasn't an ending to Deathman? That's why Travis was wondering, how did that game end? And he just couldn't remember, and that's why. That's the reason. Wait, what options are there? I mean, these are just the regular game options, aren't they? It wouldn't make sense for these to be Deathman options. Well, you know, when you... Deathman, I think fans of the genre will enjoy this latest offering from Hazra, their new arcade quarter muncher. Will it bring in new customers? I'm going to say probably not, because Deathman is a mixed bag. It gives you the punching action that belt-scrolling fans crave, but I don't think it's going to draw people's attention from those newfangled fighting games that are starting to come out, that are starting to become popular in the arcades these days. I think Hazra is going to have to adapt to the times, and realize that the days of Deathman being a top earner in the arcades is coming to an end. I give Deathman a 6 out of 10.